Good morning and welcome to Good News and Gab with Judy. I am the lifestyle coordinator at Everly Short Pump. We are an active 55 and better community. We are still being built, so we're in pre-leasing. And so it's my pleasure to be able to contribute to our video library, and I love doing the good news. It is Easter Monday, the 13th of April. So to our Christian friends, I hope you had a happy Easter, and to our Jewish friends, I hope you are enjoying Passover, and all of us are learning a new, different way of celebrating holidays without being with family and friends. But we're certainly learning a lot of technology and enjoying FaceTime and Zoom and all those ways of staying connected. So and to our Muslim friends, Ramadan is next week. It is an important time in our calendars. So thinking of all of you right now. On to some good news. We're in Virginia right now, and we have thunderstorms and tornado. We're under a tornado watch, and we're in a leasing trailer. So to me, that's a perfect storm. Keep us in your prayers today until about 10, 11 o'clock until it passes. But on to some good news articles. The first one I came across, the headline is 16-year-old has been using his flying lessons to deliver medical supplies to rural hospitals fighting COVID-19. 16-year-old TJ Kim may not have his driver's license yet, but he's been flying planes all over Virginia in order to deliver medical supplies to rural hospitals fighting the novel coronavirus. The teen, who is a sophomore at Landon School in Bethesda, Maryland, was inspired to embark on his delivery missions after his classes were canceled as a result of COVID-19. Without school or lacrosse to occupy his time, he turned his focus on his flying lessons. According to the Associated Press, Kim and his family then launched their Operation SOS, which stands for Supplies Over Skies. A project that means of keeping busy during the shutdowns while simultaneously serving others in need by delivering supplies to rural hospitals. When Kim first asked his flight instructor, David Powell, to use their flying lessons as delivery runs for Virginia hospitals, the pilot was awestruck. For TJ to be more concerned with the needs of others in this melancholy state just reiterated to me how amazing this young man is, said Powell. Since the young man delivered his first batch of medical gowns, masks, sanitizers, and shoe covers to a 25-bed hospital in Luray on March 27th, he has continued to go on weekly flights to other critical access hospitals, and the healthcare workers have greatly appreciated his support. What a nice young man, and what a wonderful way to support our healthcare workers in this time. I have another story. The headline for this one is Tyler Perry picks up the tab for all groceries purchased during senior shopping hours at 73 supermarkets. It's not uncommon for movie mogul Tyler Perry to make national headlines with his good deeds, and this week he's being praised by social media users around the world after he was revealed to be an anonymous benefactor of senior shoppers. As thousands of elderly citizens browse the aisles of supermarkets in New Orleans and Atlanta, Georgia, they were stunned to hear that their groceries had been paid for by the Atlanta Angel. The unidentified do-gooder had picked up the tab for every shopper participating in the senior shopping hour at 44 Kroger's and 29 Winn-Dixie's. Although the owner's identity had initially been kept a secret, supermarket managers later confirmed it was Tyler Perry. Senior and other high-risk Kroger shoppers in Metro Atlanta did receive a nice surprise at the register this morning when they learned that Tyler Perry had paid their grocery tab in full, said the spokesperson for Kroger. We would like to join our customers in thanking Mr. Perry for his kindness and generosity during this unprecedented pandemic, Turner continued. It was truly a pleasure to see our customers filled with joy and gratitude as the news spread throughout the 44 stores across Metro Atlanta. Just imagine being one of those seniors and having your groceries paid for when in this time you're even wondering whether your money will last for the groceries. I've been watching the news this morning, and if you have the ability to donate to food banks, they are in great need. There's more and more people going to food banks looking for food donations. If you have the ability to volunteer, donate money, donate product. It is really becoming a need across the country. Like I said, I'm in Virginia. I don't know how our food banks are handling it. The news report I saw was Pittsburgh, and they had a line that was, they said, a mile long, waiting for the boxes of food. So that's one thing we can do as Good News, and spread what we can do with our time and our talents. On to a different type of story. The Himalayan mountaintops visible for the first time in 30 years as air pollution continues to plummet in India. As more and more global communities enforce the stay-at-home orders and social restrictions, rates of air pollution have plummeted. The most notable example of this phenomenon emerged on the horizon in India earlier this week. For the last 30 years, the tops of the Himalayan mountains have been obscured by air pollution and smog. Now the city streets are emptied of trafficked and gas-guzzling vehicles, and the mountaintops were clearly visible to the millions of local communities in quarantine. Photographers living as far as 200 kilometers, that's 124 miles away from the mountain range, have since posted awe-inspiring pictures of the snow-capped peaks in social media in celebration of the spectacular sight. It is not the first time that people have taken notice of the cleaner air amidst the COVID-19 shutdowns. Following similar reports in China and the US, air pollution is continuing to plummet in countries with social restrictions, such as the UK and India. In New Delhi alone, which has some of the worst air pollution in the world, airborne particles plunged 71% in 1 week. Particle pollution in major UK cities have dropped by as much as 1/3, and the rates are expected to fall even further as lockdowns continue. These are big changes, and pollution levels are equivalent to the moment of a holiday, said Easter Sunday, Professor James Lee from York University and the National Center for Atmospheric Science. I think we will see an even starker drop when the weather changes. If you can, Google the mountain ranges and see the pictures of the tops of the Himalayas and see what this is doing. A friend of mine posted that you can actually see shipwrecks in Lake Michigan right now because the lake is so clear. You can see it from satellite pictures. All really kind of interesting things to Google when you have a moment, and take a look at what this has done to our environment. Let me see. Let's try. Okay, we have another article on the headline on this one says, "Man uses his savings to fill up gas tanks for dozens of nurses heading to a nearby hospital." A compassionate Michigan man is being praised for using his savings to buy gas for nurses fighting the novel coronavirus outbreak. Last week, Alan Marshall stood at the corner of the Exxon gas station near Detroit, Medical Center holding a sign that said, "Free gas for nurses." Marshall ended up spending $900 of his own money to fill up the tanks between 50 and 80 vehicles that belonged to medical workers on the hospital front lines. Although Marshall had originally been saving the money to buy himself a knife sharpening tool, he felt inspired to do something nice for local hospital staffers after dropping his wife, who is an essential worker, off at her shift at Blue Cross Blue Shield. "I just love them and I want them to know," he told WDIV in the interview. After he ran out of money, Marshall continued to stand at the intersection with a new sign that simply read, "Thank you for all that you do." However, the story of Marshall's good deed does not end there. A woman who was identified as Elena caught the word of Marshall's labor of love and contributed another $200 of her own money to his cause. This is just one positive story and updates that are coming out of the COVID-19 news coverage this week. I am getting all of these articles on a website called Good News Network. It's actually one of my favorite go-to places to read some good news, obviously. And it is literally the website called Good News Network. So take a moment, find the website yourself, and read what's happening across the country, because there is a lot of good things happening that we need to celebrate during this time. It's not all bad. We have people recovering, people going home after having the virus, and I heard somebody say that, this is a new normal. I hope it's not a new normal, because this will pass and we will get back to a life again that we enjoy seeing each other and spending time with our friends and family. But in the meantime, I will be doing my Monday Good News and Gab. Please join me next Monday again, 10 o'clock, Facebook Live. And in the meantime, I wish you all to stay safe and healthy.